Hello my friends. Now today we are going to be talking about the Triassic era. Now that's going 250 million years ago down to about 200 million years ago approximately. Now that's what they consider to be the Triassic. Now why would it be called the Triassic? Well, primarily it's called that because of red beds and then a chalk layer and then a black cap. Triassic. Now, what do we have here? And here's what they say. Let's look what they have to say about the Triassic. Now, here's what they say. Triassic spans 250 to about 200 million years ago. In Germany, northwestern Europe, three distinct layers can be found together. Red beds capped by chalk, overlaid by black shale, which is exactly what we're going to see below here. Now, and that's in Europe, but it was here as well. Now, at that point, they're saying that there was no life on Earth primarily. Well, let me tell you something. There was human beings walking around on that Triassic Earth, and I can show it right here. Now, this is the red bed, and on top of that is the clay, and on top of that is this black cap. Okay, a black shale cap. I mean, you can see that, I hope. And that is where it fit into the foot below, which the guy stepped into the mud when it was wet. And there's the guy's foot prints. They have water on there now, so it looks kind of funny. Well, let me put a little more water on it so that it won't look funny. And you'll actually be able to see the suck-ups. And this guy had toes. Now we have other ones with no toes. This guy appears to have toes. Now this is the clay, and he stepped on that when it was wet. And the reason I can tell that is if you can see on the sides. You see how these are flattened out on the sides? They're flattened out and they're sucked up in the middle. He went just like that. This was wet. You see that? There's an actual layer of clay on there. And underneath it, see, this is the red bed. Now guess what? It was wet, and I know it was wet. Everything was wet, because when he stepped on it, he not only stepped on it up here, he pushed it through the bottom. You see here? I have the evidence. I have the evidence to prove everything I'm saying. Here's your red bed. There's your gray clay, and that was pushed down through that red bed. Absolutely no question about it. None. Zero. All of this happened at exactly the same time. Not 50 million years apart. This happened the same day. Boom. Black cap, clay, red bed, Triassic. Now, I'm after Yale to talk to me about this kind of evidence that I have. And I have requested from the dean there to have a discussion. And I expect that to happen. Okay, my friends, I have dozens of things, and we have new species. This is what we call a no-toes. I found this. It's perfectly preserved, and there is no toes. I mean, there's toes inside, but they're not on the outside. Tish Eagert has found a whole village of these things. She's got a whole batch of feet, and they have these springs built into them, and they're no toes. Now, this could also have that. I'm seeing some articulation on the side, but I don't know. They might be several different species. You know, they're talking about feet with 6 toes and everything else. Who knows what was in the past? If we ignore it, we are making a grave mistake. I mean, I don't know how much it's going to affect our eternity, but I think it will affect our eternity if we are blind to truth. And I am looking at the things that were written about eternity as valid now. I want to look into that deeply, because everything we've ignored has been because of our academics. They've told us ignore all that stuff. It's all nonsense. Well, here's what you want to go to find out truth. I ignore nothing.